Welcome to this edition of Captive of the Week, where we get a glimpse into the secretive world of onshore captive insurance companies and how large corporations use the Terrorism Risk Insurance Act to shift hundreds of billions of dollars of risk from their balance sheets onto yours. This is your host, Jason Shoup, founder and managing member of the Centers for Better Insurance. Our captive this week is Moody's Assurance Company. Moody's is a publicly traded company well known for its credit ratings and other financial risk management services. Moody's believes better decisions are based on transparency and fair access to information. Let's see what information we can access about Moody's captive insurance company. Moody's Assurance Company, Inc. has one customer, Moody's. This captive insurance company provides its corporate parent with policies of excess casualty, reputational risk, and of course, terrorism insurance. In fact, in later litigation, Moody's would explain that one of the primary reasons it created a captive was to access the federal terrorism risk insurance program. Let's see how it's done so. According to the last available information, for 2012, Moody's Assurance Company issued its parent a $500 million terrorism insurance policy covering nuclear, biological, chemical, and radiological terrorist attacks. Moody's Assurance also covers a $200 million slice against conventional terrorism. Under the MBCR program, U.S. Treasury would reimburse Moody's up to $415 million. As you will recall from our prior episodes, Treasury marks up its payouts by 40% and levies surcharges on policyholders. That means Moody's program takes $415 million of risk off of its balance sheet and puts $581 million of risk onto the balance sheets of school districts, churches, small businesses, and other commercial property and casualty insurance policyholders. Moody's has commented on the importance of extending the Terrorism Risk Insurance Act, but did not have much to say about its $500 million internal arrangement designed to shift its own risk through the federal program. In fairness, you could find a reference to its captive, Moody's Assurance Company, buried deep in the fine print as the copyright holder, but not disclosing it was also a program participant. Moody's analysis of the Terrorism Risk Insurance Act has been relied upon by sources Congress trusts to give unbiased insights. Treasury should establish and maintain a public registry of participants in the Terrorism Risk Insurance Program so Congress and all of us can be confident in the transparency and fair access to information Moody's tells us will open the door to shared progress. Moody's captive has been in the spotlight recently. A former employee blew the whistle on Moody's, alleging avoidance of some $120 million in New York State and city taxes through its captive. The captive backed up by U.S. Treasury through the Terrorism Risk Insurance Program. Recall that U.S. Treasury has explained that in the case of captives, the insured, that is the corporate parent, controls both sides of the insurance negotiation. The Moody's whistleblower alleged just that. He claimed the captive charged its corporate parent premiums that were arbitrary and not based on any real consideration of market rates. A New York appeals court found that the state insurance regulator had limited authority over captives and would not concern itself with whether the insurance transactions it engaged in with its parent were legitimate. Clearly, the oversight of our nation's $100 billion terrorism risk insurance program must be strengthened through a public registry of terrorism captives and other program participants. You can find out more about the Terrorism Risk Insurance Program and terrorism captives at betterins.org. On behalf of the Centers for Better Insurance, thank you for spending this time with us.